So when you're all finished, make sure you stop record.
Okay.
Oh, you're recording.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Guess we'll get started.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining me this evening for YGY Basics in the Lane training. So we do this to keep things simple, and I welcome any participation you all want to give me. That worked out really well when Ryan did it the other day, so group participation is welcome. So we do this just to reel ourselves in and get new people started, and it's just a good reminder, repetition, 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 right? So, all right, so basically when we start in the business, we want to ask ourselves why we're doing this. So does anyone want to share their why and why they got into the business?
Sure, I'll share. So I got in the business. I wasn't planning on getting in the business. I originally had blood clots, and the MDs gave me no answer. And then learned about Dr. Wallach, and when I heard him, I knew I was hearing truth. And when I no longer had blood clots, I realized that I had to share this with people. And to do the business was just kind of a no-brainer type of thing. It's like I had to help people. So got started in the business and not turning back, and here I am. So
awesome.
Very blessed.
Thanks for sharing. Yeah, so for myself, same thing. I have a heart to help. I'm in the healthcare field right now, and I'd like to not be working 9 to 5. I'd like, I joined the business because I see it as an opportunity to share Dr. Wallach's amazing message to reach a lot of people, and to retire with something to carry me through the rest of my years, and to send on to future generations. So, all right, so your why is going to pull you. Your why is going to be, you want to send your kids to college. It's going to be the biggest thing that pulls on your heartstrings, and pulls you out of bed in the morning and keeps you up late at night to work this business. And so what you do when you start out, you develop a list, 200 names of people that you know, people that you know, and it sounds like a lot to some people. When they hear 200, they kind of, their eyes get wide, but really it's, people who know people who know people. So it becomes an active list. And you, ideally, if you're working the business full time, you're communicating with 5 people 5 days a week. That's 5 by 5 method you see under your list there. And so it's people that, you start with, so you get them all, you empty your mind out, get it all on paper, and then you start to really think about those people on your list. You think about the ones who you're closest to. You have a mutual respect with, people that have a need, people that want to get out of whatever situation they're in, whether it's something with their health or their finances. Those are the 2 big ones, obviously, and oftentimes it's both. And so those are the ones you want to write check marks next to, that are the ones that you're going to start with, that have the biggest need. And you prioritize that list, as I was saying, that, some people you might not have the money to get started today as CEO, and that's okay. But the ones that you're pretty sure could, and just have a health thing, but they're financially stable, and you're pretty sure that they, when talking to them, that they could sign up, those are the ones that you want to communicate with, because it's an amazing opportunity. So the ones that can really get started and seem into it, then those are the ones that you'll prioritize. So the interview So we do. We also do a conversation framework training for anyone who wants to look up and do those as well. And so it's 7 major questions that we're going to ask people in our interview or our conversation. And it just gives us some structure, and it allows the people that we're talking with to unveil to themselves and discover for themselves what it is that they want, and the reasons why they might want to get started. So what's perfect in their life, what's not perfect in their life. People are more apt to avoid pain, if you will, than seek things that feel good, if that makes sense. And so, when I'm having conversations with people, I'm really listening for, reading between the lines, listening to their tone, watching their body language, and really seeing not so much what they're saying, but how they're saying it, and asking the questions. It sounds like, a lot of reflecting. And so in that process, they unwrap for themselves, they unveil for themselves, some motivating factors maybe that might propel them to want to get started. Any thoughts on, Brett's still at work, so he won't be participating right this second, but any thoughts on the interview, Dawn? Any quick tips for that you could think of that pop out for you?
Yeah, the conversation framework in the interview has been one of the most powerful things I've learned in my life, and I'm still a work in progress, so I'm still learning how to practice it on people. But what helps me is when I realize that it's a gift to them to ask them questions. It's a gift. And because not too many people are used to being asked these questions.
Right.
And they don't have the opportunity to really explore who they truly are, because nobody's really ever asked them. And they've never really asked, a lot of people's never asked themselves.
Right.
So I view it as a gift to give people, as asking them questions to help them discover who they are. And
yeah, it's a service mindset. You want to check with yourself to, see where your intentions lie. And that was something that Ryan shared in the last basics in the lane training, is just to really be of service and be a master listener. Most people who go to work and have a job, are in a position where they're not, like you said, they don't get asked these questions at home or at work. And so I find that for a lot of conversations that I have with people, they're really just wowed by the fact that someone's not only asking, but then listening. So I think that people really appreciate that. And, it's all about building relationships, really. So this is just the how to do it, how to build the relationships, and how to continue on the track, and how to multiply. So after you do an interview, it says here the 4 to 6 exposures average. And so that means after you've initially talked to someone about, the opportunity, the business, and then you've had your coffee shop interview, it may take, send them a quick video, and then, they watch it, and then you have a phone conversation about it, or you meet up again. And so it says 4 to 6. Some people take 1, and some people take 12. So that's just the average. So it's really a matter of really being genuinely interested in, being of a service mindset and not getting people to do anything. And so it's a long-term thing. It's keeping up that communication, keeping in touch with people, and following the system. And so it just takes a lot of exposure sometimes. Sometimes it's, bringing people to a meeting. A 3-way call is a really good exposure. Edification is a really huge one. So we talked last basic and lane training about how, there's that familiarity element. So it's tough for anyone to talk to their family about this because, oh, you're just the daughter, or you're just the sister, whoever. So it's really, really powerful to use your upline and to have a 3-way phone conversation with your upline or just someone else even on your team, and edifying them prior to that is really powerful and really important. Dawn's my upline. Dawn, did you have anything to add to that? That's a really major one.
Yeah, edifying is huge. I mean, I just recently had an opportunity to edify, and it's something that I hope we don't forget about. It's something that I really think is one of the most powerful things in the business is edifying another person. And what I've learned is sometimes I get caught in the trap of trying to be the expert because we have all this, we've been listening to Dr. Wallach, we have all this information in our head, so we know when people start talking, we know the answer.
Yeah, we've been exposed 400 times.
We automatically just want to say, look, this is what you need to do.
Right.
And it's not the best thing. It really isn't, because it's just not. So it's always, edification is just so powerful. So yeah, can't stress that enough. Here's Levi.
Hi, Levi. It's, and for myself, the same thing, when I remember when I was talking to Breck's going to sign me up, Don's husband, and it's exactly how it was, it's just like, hey, how you doing? It was just this genuine, interest and conversations that flowed. And, it was, I got really interested and I started answering those questions for myself that he was, asking me to ask myself. And, it was several, I listened to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie CD, and that blew my mind. And I listened to another CD by Dr. Glidden. So it took several, but really what struck me the most and what made me want to sign up was really the relationship with Breck. It was just really genuine and really interested in, how I'm doing and things like that. So that's really the thing, because it doesn't matter, you get to a point in this where you realize you got to let go of the outcome. It doesn't matter what they do or don't do. If they're happy with the solution that they found, sometimes it's hard for us to kind of get over that because we want to help everybody. Well, I do anyway. I went into healthcare a long time ago, so I'm like a helper. So that's kind of a tough one, but it all comes with practice. So, but anyway, yeah. So building up your upline or someone else in your team, or we talked about using those short videos and CDs and DVDs as leverage. Just point to the expert, point to the expert, point to the expert, and really get out of yourself and just say, here's what they have to say. They're the ones who've been doing all the work. So once you have had your interview with someone and they've had several exposures and they decide they want to sign up, you schedule usually the Getting Started Right meeting 24 hours afterward. And so you just kind of repeat the process that we did above. You clarify their why. You go through the framework questions and you write it down, you make it definite, you get a commitment, you really make sure that they're serious, because the last thing you want to do is waste their time if they're not sure what they're getting into, so you really draw that out. Why are they doing this? And work on their list. So you can do that as part of that 24-hour meeting. You can have them just, sit there and encourage them. Sometimes that's the best way to do it is, to just pour out onto paper all the people that they know, and then all the people that they know, and all their family members and everything. And so you do their why, you do their list, interview, expose. So this is multiplication. This last part is just multiplying the top part of this. So because we're leaders who want to release more leaders into the world and share this awesome message and, build this business. So the object is to get their money back within the first 30 days. There's a money back guarantee, which is really great. There's not too many people that need that, but that's kind of for a lot of people, that is, I guess, a sense of security. So, you know, if they sign up, they go for it, they get the CEO pack, and 30 days later, they're like, you know, I just really don't want to do this. I jumped too soon. Like I said, often it doesn't happen like that often, but every now and again, you know, it does. So just knowing that Youngevity offers that money back guarantee is pretty great. So the system is trying to help them become senior associate in 7 days. And oh, good, it's changed. Oh, good, it's the ranks just changed. So it's the rank of 1-star executive in 1 month. And so that's 3 legs, 3 people that you've helped to help 3 people. So that's what that looks like. And it's really, it's not that hard. It's not hard to do that at all. It's, again, so it's just sharing your heart and talking to a lot of people and asking a lot of questions and doing a lot of listening and following this system. So, so the 1-star executive and sales associates, oh yeah, sales associates make 1-star executives, and 1-star executives make legs, like I was saying. So we help people, and multiply the system. And this is the system right here. So I'm glad that we do this training, because even for me, I've been doing this for a year, it's really good to just, we tend to complicate things. And so it's nice when we can go back to the structure and the system and look at it and go, okay, it's not that complicated. I don't have to be perfect. I just have to look at how to do it, come to the trainings, and very simple. So I kind of flew through. There is a second page here. So the communication that we do is staying in communication with the people that you have signed up. So once you've gone over their why, you've done their list, you've done their follow-up interview meeting, you want to ask them if they start to pull away, what's the best way to go about that? Because if you've established that ahead of time, then you're not nagging them, you're not chasing after people, you're not wasting your time, you're not wasting their time. So if you establish that ahead of time, it helps, because life happens, things get busy, and if you've established, you know, hey, you've gotten their permission to, you know, hey, if I pull away, you can feel free to call me until I call you back, or text me, or email me, or whatever. And so some people are more receptive of that if they have that heads up and you've discussed it. So getting plugged in, there's corporate calls. There's several ways. We've got Voxer that we use. It's an app for communication where you can record your voice or you can text. So we have that on this team. We have a Facebook group page, and as well as the Youngevity website, which tells you where the, you know, when the corporate calls are, our team training schedule, and so that helps you get plugged in. Not only getting plugged in, but staying plugged in is a really key part of this whole system as well. So as I was saying, the conversation framework before, how to sell network marketing without fear, anxiety, or losing your friends. That's where the conversation framework is. That's where those 7 questions are. So that's one of the main staples of network marketing, is that book, and also the Go book by Eric Worre. So finding people, and the invite, presentations, following up, so the whole system. So those are 2 really good ones. Also, I've been told by some of the higher ups in Youngevity that how to feed, raising a giant, and how to feed a giant. These are 2 other ones that are really great. But we have on our Facebook page, we've got links and files for our recommended reading. We've got book club that's held Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evenings at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Those are all good ways to get plugged in and stay plugged in. So the 90 for Life, Healthy Body Challenge, Mega Pack, these are all materials that you'll get with the CEO pack. And so when you're signing people up and you're helping them, all that stuff, when they get everything, when they get their products and when they get their CEO pack, you can go over with them. You should make another appointment, go over that with them, and, you know, go over how to take everything, and go through the marketing system and all of their pamphlets. They send you quite a bit, so it's helpful to have someone right with you to go over all those things. Dawn, was there any other getting plugged in? Did I miss anything there? Corporate calls, team training, activities, Facebook group, Boxer Book Club.
No, I think you covered pretty much everything. You did a great job. Thank you.
So it was a quick one, but I think we covered everything.
Awesome job, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Very good. Under your belt now. That's the first one. It's all behind you. It's awesome.
Yep. Thank you. I'm going to stop recording.